Hello everyone, here is Lethal once again, and today I'm going to be talking about Styanax, the Spartan Demi-God. My video is a bit late on the Styanax train, so I've been a bit busy, but I've been mostly suffering from the huge heat wave that has occurred in Europe the past week, so I couldn't record during that time because I was too busy dying from the heat. But know that we're back to more normal temperatures. I'm able to record that video and talk about Styanax. So it's the second time I'm recording that. I forgot to actually enable the sound of my microphone the first time, so I have a 20 minutes footage of me just moving around without any sound, which is lovely. Anyway, let's get into it. So, Styanax. Styanax to me is a frame that I would consider an incredible, like very good all-rounder offensive support frame that provides a lot to the team. So it gives energy regen, shield recovery, overguard generation to your team, as well as providing some armor stripping and crowd control while doing like very good damages. I'm saying very good, not as in level of damages, but like your abilities are able to kill everything like at base steel pass basically, which is like for frame very good, or at least that's what I'm considering very good because I'm not investing much in like my ability in a build to be able to use my fourth ability to kill everything. So that's good. That's very good all around. Styanax is a fairly simple frame, so I'm going to be going fairly fast on all of his abilities and his passive, so let's start with that. So, first of all, his passive. So his passive is very easy to understand, so you get some critical chance for some number of shields. So what it gives you is actually 1% of critical chance for every 40 shields that you have. It's doubled on spear gun primary weapons, and it's additive to mods. So with the build that I'm going to demonstrate, I get up to 2,225 shields, I believe, which is 55% critical chances for free. It's not incredible, it's not complex, it's you don't really have to play around it or anything, but it's free. So it's simple, it's effective, it's free. I like it. I don't have much to say other than that. Next one is Axios Javelin, which is his first ability. Let me remove that because I had Mudogumans equipped, so that wasn't the right tooltip. So what it does is that I throw spear, and if it impales an enemy against a wall, it creates a short duration vortex that pulls all of the enemies nearby. Uh, that's good. That's a bit too conditional. Like you're going to create mid-ball, but you have to pull an enemy, so you have to hit an enemy. That can be affected to crowd control, and you need to have a wall nearby. So it's not like a good crowd control tool like in all situations, but it works. That being said, that Styanax, at least to me, is weaker stability dot, so that's what I'm going to subsume over if I play like anything other than his base abilities. So next goes Tower Strike. So that ability is just an armor strip in front of you in a huge cone, and also you regen a bit of health for each enemy hit. So simple, effective. That's what you want. Like the cast time is a bit long, but the range and like the cone is good. So you're going to basically remove all of the armor down, all of the enemies that are in front of you, which is what you want. So that's not the ability that I use the most, because like I'm usually too busy flying with this fourth ability, but that's very good if you need to armor strip. His third ability, which is the most complex one because it has three effects, which isn't much, but that's something. is Rally Point. So it does three things. First of all, it gives energy regen to you as well as nearby allies. So each second you regen like some amount of energy. Uh, while you have that buff as well, every kill that you do spawn like some kind of void mode that will rush towards you and give you shield, and that gives you over shield as well. Well, you have that buff, so that's good. That's why I'm able to reach 55% critical chance on Styanax passive. And also, the third thing that it does, it gives you more aggro towards enemies. So enemies are more likely to hit you, which is in most cases a good thing, because like you're a support, you're a tank, you're going to draw the aggro from the enemies, from like the objective, from your allies, so they're able to do whatever they want, like freely. I've heard, but I've noticed it because I didn't do um, a level cap on Styanax. That's not some kind of content that I enjoy. But I've heard that at the level cap level, or like very high level rather, it starts being an issue because you do not have enough tankiness to like draw that much aggro onto you. But I mean, that's not really something that's very important. So it's a good ability. You don't like the aggro part is in most circumstances a good thing. And last is Final Stand. So what it does is you rise into the air, summon a platoon of specters, and you throw barrage of axial javelins. It deals very good AoE damages, uh, which are both blast and slash, and it does more damages in direct hit. And what it also does is like, so the base damage of that ability are affected by strength, of course, but also by universal weapon bonuses. So I'm mostly thinking about Nourish and Arcane Arachne, which are like the two main ways to get like that kind of buff. It's not going to be buffed by a steel charge or anything that like, it's not a spear gun, it's not like a melee weapon. So you have to buff like weapons in general to affect that. Next, I'm going to talk about mod augments because they are very relevant on Styanax. Um, so the first one is Axios Javelineers, which turns his first ability in something that's fairly nice. So what he does is that you summon two specters that throw javelins with you whenever you press your first ability. So that doesn't seem like much, but the bonus effect is that you do not need to impale an enemy to create the vortex. It's not like it's the added benefit on that, and that's why you're going to play it. Is that way you have a grouping tool whenever you need it. I'm going just to show you that quickly, just to demonstrate its effectiveness, because it's fairly effective. So yeah, as you can see, I'm doing a meatball, and then I just have like two armor strip and kill it, or just do whatever I want. Um, so yeah, that's the first mod augment. If you are using Styanax 1, I would advise you to run that mod augment because it works well and it's very convenient. The second one is Tharos Lethality, which makes the enemies that you armor strip are now taking critical damages, like much more critical damages, especially on spear guns. So it doubles down with your passive, which is good. I don't use it because I don't use the second ability that much, but I believe that you can do like some kind of build with like probably if three mod augments, which sounds rough. I'll agree with that. But so that way you have a lot of survivability, and then you pull enemies, you strip them, and you do insane amount of critical damages to the enemies that are stuck in the mid bowl. That's something to consider. I haven't played much with that, but I'm just mentioning it if you want to try it. The third movement is for his force ability, which is Intrepid Stand-in. That makes it so each enemy that you hit with your fourth ability will give you and your allies overboard. So I'm going to show you that. So that's what makes Styanax incredibly good. So you're going to press your fourth ability, and all of a sudden you have a lot of overworld, and then you press it again and again and again, and so you're basically immortal thanks to that. That's really, really good. Your teammates are going to love you because you also give them like that near your like your whole team is basically almost immortal. So that's amazing. So that was what I wanted to mention for the Mulligans. I'm always running the fourth one, and I like to run the first one if I'm playing that ability, but I usually play with something subsumed over that ability, which is what I wanted to talk now. So, I'll be talking about like two abilities mostly that which work the same, more or less, which are Bright Bonnet and Nourish. So no big deal. Those were written here. So both work in a way so they both give you energy and more damages. In Bright Bonnet's case, you get energy whenever you bounce on the shroom and whenever it pulses, and you gain also as well strength, ability strength, which is good because that makes your other abilities better. Nourish is also very good because Nourish gives you, first of all, an energy multiplier, which makes it so your globes as well as your third ability are more effective at giving energy. Also, it gives you damage increase, which are, as I said previously, universal weapon damage increase. So that works on your fourth ability. That makes it hit much harder. And last, it makes it so you can proc viral onto you. It used to be very relevant, not so much nowadays, thanks to the Arcanes. And that gives me a good transition about the Arcanes. The Arcanes, I'm using Arcane Truculence, which is whenever you're uh, rating 3000 overgrowth or more, you release a pulse that applies max tag viral. That's an amount that you're going to reach very quickly, very easily, and that's like 3 damage amp on all of the enemies around you. So that's incredible. And that makes the viral parts of Nourish a bit like less interesting, but it's still there, so I don't have an issue with that. You can go for it. The second Arcane I'm running is multi-augmented because it's something that you can just use and forget. You can use the Molt efficiency if you want more duration for your buff, for example. I would also, of course, talk about Arcane Arachne. I spell Arachne, yeah, which gives you 150 damages to primary and secondary weapons for 30 seconds on Wall Latch. I'm not using that, even though I use the fourth ability a lot, because I don't like to Wall Latch. That's as simple as that. I find that too clunky. But if you don't mind doing that, use it. It's very good. It's just that personally, it's not full. Like, I would probably do better using it, but I don't like using it, so I'm not doing it. That's all there is to it. So I'm also going to talk now about my shards. So my shards are very irrelevant. I'm just talking about it to show them. You don't need them. Uh, I'm using some casting speeds, mostly for the second ability and the third one as well. I'm using 3 strength, because like strength is always good, and I'm using 1 equilibrium shard for energy regen, which, so that one you do not need if you are running Bright Bonnet or Nourish, because you already have a lot of energy. On Nourish's case, maybe it's still relevant. On Bright Bonnet's case, you don't need that chart at all. On the more standard build that I'm running, I'm not at 45% efficiency, but at 75. But I believe that that small amount of energy that I'm gaining matters a bit. Uh, Otherwise, I'm a bit afraid of lacking energy from time to time. So I would advise you using one just in case, maybe. But if you prefer running something else, go for it. The main thing with Styanax is just like claim as you want. There is no right or wrong answer. Is very very good. Is an all-rounder frame. You can like just build him the way you want. I'm just showing off how I like to build him. The only two things that I would say are very very important is first using intermediate stand, because like that's immortality for your whole team. And the second one is no matter what you're using, try to reach 100% like armor strip because it's free. It's not as needed as before, but still like it would be a shame not to reach that point. So just go for it. That also goes to what I want to say is that I'm currently using corrosive projection, but I don't believe it's the right choice. I'm just using that because I'm lazy, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to run yet. It works, so I'm using it, but maybe using combat discipline is something that I would like a bit more, just to like lean a bit more towards like I'm being a support to my team, or maybe mecham powered or ring power. Like doesn't really matter that much what you're running, so just experiment and play what you like. Like it's not like you have to reach that amount of stat or something like that or anything. It's just like try stuff. Like the way I'm comfortable with the frame is with a lot of, well, a decent amount of duration, a lot of range and strength. So that way I have like big buffs. My fourth ability is going to hit like wide splash damage, um, and my buffs are going to like have a decent duration. Like I'm not going to have to recast them every 3 seconds, which is like always convenient. But if you like to lean a bit more into strength or duration or range, like go for it. Like there is like the only thing that you're not going to do is like play high efficiency, for example. You're not going to be above 100% efficiency because you have your third ability. You don't need that. But you can tinker with the stats to try to see what works the well for you. Um, and as I said, that's my personal build, the way I'm comfortable with. It's not like perfectly optimized, but it works, and that's what matters for that frame. You are providing a lot to your team, so play Styanax in a way that's comfortable for you. Even if, like, for example, yeah, you're over generating energy, it's not a big deal. Like, even if you're lacking, I don't know, you're trading like energy comfort for like 15 strength, who cares? It's not going to matter. Just do whatever you want. There is no cap, nothing that forces you to play in a very greedy way on that frame. So I think I've been talking about everything that I wanted about Styanax. So I'm going to get into a mission like our usual Titan Grenier survival on Steel Path just to demonstrate Styanax. I'm going to use um I was initially going to show the Bright Bonnet one or the Nourish, but to be honest, it's not like it's an interesting, that works. It's not rocket science, so I'm going to stay with like the force basic abilities on my own whenever I play the frame, not to show you guys. I use Bright Bonnet as my default loadout because I think it's the most comfortable one for me, because I just like put 2 shrooms under me and then I use my fourth ability to fly around and like kill stuff, generate a lot of overguard. And because I stay in like I don't move that much unless I'm doing like an exterminate, something like that, but in most cases I'm not moving that much around. I'm going to stay in those shrooms, so that's very comfortable for me. But as I said, Nourish allows you to be more mobile, and you can just use the standard one, which is the one I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm going to use my the for the sorry the come on the first ability and fourth ability movement as I've shown, which are there, and that's it. I'm not using the second. No, let's go into Titan. I'm in solo. Okay, it's all good. So what I would do with Bribenet at the beginning of the mission is pop a shroom and try to get some energy. What I'm going to do there, just because I'm lazy, is to put an energy pad, do the hacking, use my third ability, and no... Oh, I'm going to play with the Ballistica Prime, because it's a new weapon, so it's cool. Let's go into a big room if I can. I'm going to use my fourth ability just to generate a bit of overguard and be safe. Okay. The Ballistica Prime is an amazing weapon. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to create some meatballs and shoot inside them. Can I get an enemy meatball there? Yeah. So. Yep. Everything dies. I have the ghost for fun. I'm like... I really liked the Ballistica Prime, so I'm glad that they have made an incarnate for it, because like it was very, very outdated, so it was like horrendous. What you can do is always also play a bit more melee, as I was saying, so you pop that grabs enemy, you armor strip, and then go full melee, and you kill them. That tile is a bit bothersome, because there are 2 levels. But yeah, you get the idea. You create like a vortex, like that. I don't really need 2 or more strips, because enemy levels are very, like, it's low, but yeah, that works. Let's use my fourth ability. As you can see, that does very good very good damages thanks to Arcane Truculence. That's going to kill like the whole room. Oh, let me grab that. Let's fasten up the mission, though I'll be waiting on the Acolyte no matter what, just to show what happens. Getting a bit low on support. Oh, that is the extract. That's funny actually. Come on, that was far away. Okay, good. Oh, yeah. Let me. I don't have any energy. As I was saying, that's the issue of not using an Helminth ability that gives you energy, is that you're a bit more reliant on Eximus and enemies dropping gloves and stuff like that. Like, I'm fine. It's not like I'm going to die or I'm in danger or anything, but using Bright Bonnet is like much more comfortable, for example. Because like, I can just spam my fourth ability and still be full energy like over and over without even like asking myself if I need to stop using it. Even though I'm at 45% efficiency. But I wanted to show a bit more of the base kit, because otherwise you wouldn't see the first ability at all, which would feel... Well, that would suck a bit, I would say. Because like, using all of the base abilities is is not always the best play at all, but that's the one that's like the most loyal to the original design of the frame. So that's something that I like to at least show you guys. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not using Bright Bonnet when I'm playing alone or with friends in like normal stuff, but I like to show the base kit of the frame. Let me kill that. Armor stripped. It's dead, thanks to the Okina Prime. I love that melee weapon. It's so fun. Let's get a bit more overguard, and I think we'll be done in a bit. I believe that on that build I'm going to reach 50,000 overguard. That's the cap, which is a lot. Enemies at that level of Steel Pass are like not doing much damages to it. Like, I can shield their enemy fire. Can I though? Well, I don't know. Please give me aggro. I want to. So yeah, it's going down slowly, definitely, but it's not like it's getting one shot, which happens if you go to higher level. That's what I wanted to show you guys, to show. But eh, you're immortal at Bastille Pass, and like for a lot of time, it's just that if you're pushing to level cap, you're going to play differently. But that's not what I'm trying to demonstrate at all. I think I've mostly covered everything that I wanted to talk about. As per usual, feel free to comment, subscribe. Um, there is not much of an audience to my videos, but if you, the few people that watches that, have anything to discuss about, I would be very happy to reply and like discuss about like builds, idea, or anything. That being said, thank you everyone for watching. That was Lethal, and see you next time.